Okay.
Lincoln Academy this weekend.
Okay, so my name is Bernie Goulet, retired Army, and I spent a little time in our, the subject of our little discourse tonight. So I have talked about it before, and I don't mind talking about the place. I felt that way when I was there, when it was happening, because I realized something like this is never going to happen to me again. And I know a lot of people want to forget this stuff, but I tried to remember it as much as I could. In fact, the other guys would get mad at me. They'd say, "Goulet, you eat this stuff up, don't you?" and I suppose they're right, and I understand how they feel about it, but nevertheless, I wanted to get as much as I could. Now, I was fascinated a little bit by the play of the command elements over there, the way they seem to not cooperate with each other. And that I just detested, because it costs lives when they do that. Well, there had been one, back around November 24th is when they first started seeing elements that there was going to be a Chinese excursion coming down there. And up till then, after the North Korean army sort of broke and went back across the parallel in a big hurry with us after them, it looked like it was all going to be over. And in fact, they named the offensive that we were doing the Home by Christmas offensive. I remember that so clearly. And of course, even if things had gone perfect, there's no way we would have been home by Christmas with all the red tape and all. But at any rate, there had been an attack on the 1st Cav Division. And it had been a pretty nasty one, but then it was over and nothing else was happening, so people said it was just a show of strength, or a Chinese unit trying to get back, or something like that. But the 24th of November, they started showing up sort of regular. And 25th, and then by the 26th, the people on the ground began to say, get really worried, because they're showing up in force. And the command, General Ned Allman, who commanded the 10th Corps, is saying it's nothing happening over here. And 2nd Division is all at once on the alert. But at 8 o'clock on the 25th, it started. I mean, wham, bugles, drums, all kinds of good musical instruments beating away. And here they came at 8 o'clock along the whole front there. And it turned into a big mess. And 2nd Division, most cases, put up a heck of a fight. But their joint, their right flank, was the 2nd ROK Corps. ROK meaning Republic of Korea. And they aimed right for them, and they started giving way. And the 9th U.S. Corps in there was catching the overflow, and they were hurting. So on the 26th and 27th, the thing was going bad, and 2nd Division realized they were going to have to get out of there. And so they gave the orders, and they started falling back. And of course, what you would do, what most commanders would do in a situation like that, is look for the easy way. And that's what they did. They looked for a good road that they could use, and they were going to take that. Meanwhile, the Chinese pressure had let up, but they figured they better get out of there anyhow. And the reason the Chinese pressure had let up is the Chinese are not people that just go by mass attack. They do some pretty shrewd things at times, and they did in this case. The Chinese had not fallen back after they quit their offensive. They had gone on ahead, where they figured 2nd Division was going to go. And there was a 6-mile stretch of road there, just as straight as could be. And the Chinese got along both sides of that road with 40 machine gun positions and 10 mortar setups, and waited. They knew 2nd Division was going to be coming, and sure enough, there they came right into that. The first scouting tank out there said they knew what they were running into right away, because they could see a blockage up on ahead on the highway. And so they got up there, and the lead tank, the scout tank, managed to get around that thing, and about the first 11 or 12 vehicles got by it. But then the fire came, and they blocked the next vehicles, and the highway was blocked, and they made careful to block the people in the back so they couldn't turn around and get out of there. And so you can imagine what was happening then. They had to actually go up on the flanks of the road and get them out of their holes and everything else like that. So that was bad. And 2nd Division, in this one day, lost better than 3,000 casualties. 3,000 in one day. I mean, you can't run an army like that. And so altogether, 2nd Division lost 4,940 casualties in the whole action that lasted 3 or 4 days. But 3,000 on that one day. So you can see that was not just a Chinese mass attack. That was outfoxing them. Now that you can't fox everybody every time, though. The 23rd Regiment of the 2nd Division didn't like the idea of going down that road, so they took another road, and they lost hardly anybody. It was just a matter of command structure that did the right thing or the wrong thing. Okay, so